What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB video, and today we've got another week of power rankings. A little bit of shakeup today, a lot of teams that didn't do so well. I'll be honest, there aren't any teams that are extremely hot, but there is one that we will talk about that moved up quite a bit in the power rankings. I try to be as little of bias as possible. As you guys know, you can probably see by my Trout jersey, I am an Angels fan. I live in Florida, so I am a little impartial to the Rays, but I try to be as reasonable as possible with my rankings and give you guys a reason why I put them where they are. I will be honest, I don't have a ton of time to edit this video, so this is all going to be off the dome. Yeah, so there might be some awkward pauses, but we got this. I'm excited. We're going to talk some MLB power rankings. Let's get into the video. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy MLB content and hit that subscribe button. We post daily MLB videos. I'll have some shorts today, and yeah, I think we'll have a live stream at some point this week. So anyways, let's get into the video, start talking some power rankings. All right, starting off with the bottom five, we do have a little bit of shakeup. Congratulations to the Cincinnati Reds for getting out of the basement once again. I will be honest, I think the Reds are a little bit better of a team than the Pirates. I know the Pirates beat them in that no-hitter the other day, but overall, I think the Reds are a better team. The Reds have a better lineup. The Reds have a better starting pitching staff. The Reds have a better bullpen. The Reds have better defense. Overall, they're just a better team. They're not good, don't get me wrong. They're not a good team. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they are better than the Pirates, which is not really saying that much. So, 30A and 30B right here. Next, we got the Kansas City Royals. They've been awful. There really is not much to say. I don't have anything to say about this team. They can't hit very well. They can't pitch very well. That's a recipe for disaster. They blew a 6-run lead against the Twins last night. Just a gross team. Next, we got the Oakland A's, the worst offense in all of baseball, fun fact, making the Angels pitching look absolutely disgusting this week. Angels took, I think, went 5-2 against them. Yeah, the A's are a train wreck, man. I'm gonna be completely honest. Next up, we've got the Detroit Tigers, another team that's just an absolute train wreck right now, and I don't know why. They're not that bad, in my opinion, so definitely a tough time to be a Detroit Tigers fan. All right, y'all. Next up, we've got 21 through 25. 25, the Washington Nationals. I think they stayed the same spot. Like I said, not a whole lot of shakeup at the bottom here. The Cubs, I almost put the Cubs under the Nationals, but the Cubs have had a better record in the last week or so, so I'm going to cut the Cubs some slack. Definitely some struggling teams down here, though. Next, we got the Baltimore Orioles, one of the better bad teams. If I had to rank all the bad teams, they're towards the top of the bad teams. They have had the most difficult schedule. If you have a friend who is an Orioles fan, give them a hug. They deserve a hug. They have played so many teams. I'm releasing a short later today talking about the Brewers' Mickey Mouse schedule. But if you look, the Brewers have played 5 games against teams that are over 500. The Baltimore Orioles, let me look it up. The Orioles have played 29 games against teams over 500. That is so rough, man. That is so rough. Feels like every week they're playing the Yankees or the Angels or the Rays. They've just been absolutely getting destroyed by these good teams. They can't get a Mickey Mouse schedule. I feel like if they had a schedule like the Brewers, they'd be around 500, if not over 500. And honestly, at 17-25, I'm kind of impressed with how their season's shaping up, with how many good teams they've been playing. Next up, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks. A little bit of a fall from grace, kind of coming back down to earth after the hot start they had this season down at 22. And then, my God, talk about an implosion. The Mariners are in 5th place in the AL West. Like, I have tried so hard, and honestly, it's worked. I've tried so hard to jinx this team all year. I've been talking them up. I'm like, wow, Robbie Ray is so good. The Mariners are going to win the West. Oh, my God. Talking them all up, and it has been working out so far. The reverse jinx is working. We're going to keep it up. Honestly, I should probably move them up to, like, number 5 so they keep losing. So, Seattle Mariners, man, that walk-off grand slam last night, too, was icing on the cake. Sorry, Mariners fans. I don't want to see the Mariners succeed. Maybe I'm an asshole for that. I apologize, but Mariners at 21. All right, one of these days I'll think of a better way to hide my other ones. But anyways, 16 through 20. At 20, we've got the Colorado Rockies, kind of staying put where they're at. They've been playing about 500 baseball. Not great, not bad. Honestly, a little better than I expected them to be playing. And the Texas Rangers, man, swept the Angels. They won a game, almost won 2 against the Houston Astros. They have honestly been playing pretty damn good baseball. Their lineup is gross. They have 3 of the best catchers in all of baseball in Jonah Heim, Mitch Garver, and Sam Huff. Like, I don't know. They're probably going to have to make a big trade deadline move. I don't think they're going to be a contender, but we'll have to see. Because how do you have 3 of the best catchers in all of baseball on your team? That's too many good catchers. Trade it to somebody who needs one. Anyways, the Miami Marlins at 18. Honestly, maybe I should have switched the Rangers and the Marlins, because the Marlins are good. I think they're better than the Rangers, but they have not been playing as well as the Rangers have the last few weeks. So, Miami at 18. Next, we got the Cleveland Guardians dropping below 500. Haven't been playing the best baseball as of late, but I still think they're a pretty good team. Jose Ramirez is absolutely ridiculous. The pitching is okay. And the bullpen's all right, too, but overall, 17 feels like a good spot for them. 16, just outside of the top 15, we've got the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves, they've just had a rough start to the year, man. I don't know what it is. I think they will get it going at some point. I just don't know if it's going to be too late to catch up to the Mets. And then 15 through 11, moving into the top 15, we got the Boston Red Sox up, I think, 7 spots. They went 8-2 the last week. Hottest team in baseball right now. Trevor Story is absolutely tearing the cover off the ball. The pitching's been better. The offense is alive. The defense has been all right. Overall, I'm really excited with this Red Sox team. I am not excited, however, with the fact they're coming to Anaheim in like 2 weeks. So that's going to be a little scary with how good they're playing. But yeah, very glad they swept the Mariners. That was really nice. Next up, we got the Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox, I think they just took 2 of 3 from the Yankees, something like that. So they're moving up a little bit. Finally starting to see some of the potential in this team that we all thought was going to be a lock to win the AL Central. I still think they will win the AL Central because I don't know if the Twins will be able to keep it up. But for now, I got them at number 14 in the power rankings. Just above them, the struggling Toronto Blue Jays, man. The Blue Jays have just not been hitting the baseball. Between Bo Bichette is freezing cold right now. Well, not freezing cold. He did have a good game the other day. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is pretty cold. George Springer is starting to cool off. Teoscar Hernandez is cooling off. Lourdes Gurriel is cooling off. Like, none of these guys are performing to their standards. And the pitching, honestly, hasn't even been that bad. The bullpen's been disgusting. I'll agree with that. But the starting pitching, Gossman's been great. Manoah's a Cy Young candidate. Overall, they've been a fantastic team outside of their offense, which is very surprising. Next up, the St. Louis Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals have been scoring a ton of runs, but just like the Brewers, they've been doing it against pretty bad teams, which is why I can't move them in the top 10 yet. They've been beating up on teams like the Pirates. I don't know if they've played the Reds yet, but overall, they just got a really weak division. It's really hard to see where the Cardinals are at until they start playing some really good opponents. Next up, the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies have played the Dodgers as competitive as any other team in baseball this year. They almost swept them in LA. I think they took 2 of 3 of them in Philadelphia. They have just been, I don't know what it is about the Dodgers pitching, but they love to hit off of that Dodgers pitching. It's phenomenal. They walked him off yesterday. They've just been tearing the cover off the ball off of one of the better pitching staffs in all of baseball. So good for the Phillies, coming in at number 11. All right, dropping down from last week, we've got the San Francisco Giants in at number 10. They just got swept by the Padres, and I'm honestly starting to worry about them a little bit. I was really high on this team coming into the year. I actually had them as my NL West division winners, and right now, after their really hot start, they have started to cool off a little bit. I think they'll be fine in the long run, but it's a little concerning. Still have inside the top 10, though. Number 9, the Minnesota Twins. My God, they have been very, very good. I've been surprised at their starting pitching. Their bullpen's been a lot better than I've expected as well. And they've got a lot of young talent on that team. My buddy Royce Lewis came up, and he was tearing the cover off the ball, and then they sent him down because they have Correa and Jorge Polanco and all these other good guys. But overall, man, Byron Buxton looks insane when he's healthy. Correa's starting to heat up. The whole offense is looking great, as well as the starting pitching. This is a well-oiled machine they got there in Minnesota right now. Just above them, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays, obviously, Wander Franco, phenomenal. Just overall, they've been pretty good, and I almost put them ahead of the Angels, but the Angels took the series against the Rays. How can I rank a team above them if they lost the series to that same team? Like, come on. So the Angels, obviously, I had them at number 4, I think, last week, number 5 last week. I had to drop them a little bit. They got swept in Texas. You see my rant video about it. I'll probably link it in the description. Yeah, and they almost lost 5 in a row between Texas and Oakland. That's just unacceptable. Got to beat up on these bad teams in your division if you want to make the playoffs, and they did not get it done in Texas, sorry. But Texas is coming back to Anaheim to play another 2 games, so we'll have to see what happens there. Going to be pretty interesting to see. You got to beat up on these bad teams, though, if you want to make it in the top 5. But just missing out on the top 5, we got the Milwaukee Brewers. I know I talked about how easy their schedule is, but even if you have an easy schedule, like I just said with the Angels, you got to beat up on these bad teams, and they've been doing a very good job of beating up on the bad teams. So I got the Brewers in at number 6. The pitching's been great. The offense has been a lot better than expected so far. They go in to play the Padres in San Diego this week, so we'll have to see what happens there. We'll determine if they're a top 10 team, a top 6 team, or if they are not. Just above them, we got the San Diego Padres. Talk about a flaming hot team right now. The Padres are one of the hottest teams in baseball, and they don't have Tatis back yet. Manny Machado looks like the NL MVP frontrunner. I said it. And, yeah, the rest of the team's just been doing very well. Mackenzie Gore looks like a Rookie of the Year candidate. Probably the Rookie of the Year frontrunner with Seiya Suzuki cooling off a little bit. I really, really, really like this Padres team. And honestly, how I felt about the Giants at the beginning of the season, I might have had it wrong. Maybe I should have had the Padres in that number 1 spot. Just above them, the Houston Astros just in cruise control right now on top of the AL West. Angels 1.5 games back, but it feels like every time they lose, we lose. Every time we win, they win. They have just been winning all the games they need to. They did lose one in one in Houston against Texas, but overall, man, they have just been very, very good. Definitely the team to beat in the AL West this year. And then the top 3, we did have a little bit of a shakeup. The Mets falling back down to number 3. Dodgers up at number 2. I know they did lose a little bit to the Phillies, but they are 7-3 in their last 10, and they're still the scariest roster in all of baseball, that's for sure. And then at number 1, the New York Yankees, man. New York Yankees, they're just phenomenal. They're unbeatable. The starting pitching's great. The bullpen is phenomenal. They have one of the best staffs in baseball, one of the best bullpens in baseball, possibly the best lineup when healthy. They are just a phenomenal team. Definitely the scariest team in baseball. You do not want to face them right now. All right, and there you have it. I'm taking my camera off the screen if you want to screenshot these now. This is my number 30 through 11, and then one last look at that numbers 1 through 10. 1 through 10 right there with the Yankees at number 1 and the Giants at number 10, and then of course my Angels sitting in there at number 7. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you agree with my picks, leave a like on this video. Help it reach as many baseball fans as possible. Don't forget to subscribe for daily MLB content. See y'all in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.